Hi, my name is Shauna Lampi-Legaree and I am standing on the shores of Great Slave Lake, which is the 10th largest lake in the world and the deepest in North America. This is video 2 of a 4-part series. So the first one we did the tessellation and we put 12 colors on. Now we're going to take those 12 colors, we're going to create a color value chart. The 3 colors that we have used in this series is alizarin crimson hue, ultramarine blue, and cadmium yellow. Now, we're going to need other colors to make these color value strings, but I think it's really important information because often when we start painting, we think adding black to a color will darken it. But we find that it doesn't exactly do what we want it to do, and this lesson will teach you how to take a yellow, an orange, or a green in this particular set of colors, and how to properly bring them down in value. The list is on my blog at dancingravenstudio.ca. The link is below. Let's grab our paint tools and let's get going. In this video, I'm going to share ways to change the value of paint but not the color. This is a really important concept. We're going to start with Cad Yellow Light, and it's value 9 directly out of the tube, which means that we're going from value 8 to value 1. We will use another paint, and the paint we're going to use is raw umber. It is a low chroma yellow. For the very last square, which is value 1, we're going to add ivory black to the raw umber. I'm a little bit higgly-piggly about how I paint the various color strings. Now we're on to the second color, which is Cad Yellow Light with alizarin crimson, that we're going to mix to a value 6. We'll use white to lighten the values. We're going to use burnt umber to lower the value from 5, 4, 3, and 2. And as we've done in the one before, we will add a bit of black to the burnt umber to bring it to the value 1. Continuing on with cadmium yellow light and alizarin crimson mixture, we're now going to create a value 7. And again, you can see that it's more yellow this time. It's not as red of an orange. We will mix raw umber and burnt umber together in equal amounts to help darken the value from 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2, adding black to create that value 1 at the end. Sometimes the paint that we're using makes it easier to make a color value string. Alizarin crimson hue is one of those kinds of colors. Out of the tube, it's value 2. Add white to create the rest of the values up to 9. Then using a little bit of black to the alizarin crimson straight out of the tube to get it down to value 1. Now we're on to this very lovely purple. We're going to use equal parts of ultramarine blue and alizarin crimson to create it. This purple mixture is a value 1. Add white to create all the other values. Super easy. Ultramarine blue starts at a value 1. We're just going to add white to create all the other values. Let's talk about black. We have this idea that we can darken a value of a color with black, and yet when we do it, it doesn't always turn out the way we think it should. I mean, you add black to yellow, you're going to get green. Black is basically a low chroma blue. Let's get on to the green. Mix together cadmium yellow light and ultramarine blue to a value 5. We will then add white to make values 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now we're going to go and mix 1 part phthalo green blue shade to 5 parts raw umber. The phthalos are so powerful. It is really important that we sort of balance it, and we have to use a lot more raw umber. This green that we're going to make is closer to the ultramarine blue. We're going to mix ultramarine blue with Cad Yellow Light to a value 3. Adding white to make value 4 to 9, then mix phthalo green blue shade 1 to 1 with raw umber, just to temper it a bit. make the darker values from value 2 and value 1. On to that last green. Cad yellow light, ultramarine blue to value 6, so be very careful with that. You add the ultramarine blue to the cad yellow light. This creates a green with more of a yellow focus. Then we'll do a mixture of 1 part phthalo green blue shade and 7 parts raw umber to construct the darker values of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back we go to making purples. Because alizarin and the ultramarine blue are so dark, we're really doing 1 part, 2 parts to put this together. So we want 1 part of alizarin crimson and 2 parts of ultramarine blue to make this color. This is, again, an easy one. It's a value 1 when we're finished the mixture. Add white for all the other values. On to the last purple. 2 parts alizarin crimson and 1 part ultramarine blue. Again, value mixture at the end is value 1. We'll just add white to create the rest of the values. I did say this was a higgledy-piggledy kind of operation. Here we are at that last color value string. Mix alizarin crimson and cad yellow light of value 5. Add white to form values 6, 7, 8, and 9, and then to darken the mixture, 2 parts burnt umber and 1 part alizarin crimson hue, which are both value 2. We will create value 4 and 3 and add bone black to bring the mixture to value 1. Here we are at the end. I'm just going to place the 12 pure colors across the top for reference. In fact, I did 2 forms of this, and you will see in the last video why I did a second row of it, though you don't see me doing it on this video. I hope this has been helpful. Any comments or questions, leave them below. And make sure you subscribe. Well, wasn't that interesting? The different colors and how to put them together to create the value strings. The next video we are doing takes it another notch up and will be so helpful in understanding what our 3 colors can do, so that when we go to do the last video, which is a color study, we will have great success. Take a moment to subscribe, like, and click the bell so you don't miss the next video. You know, YouTube algorithm kind of loves when you do that kind of stuff. So let's make it happy. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next art video.